Hey everyone, let's build an AI-powered product launch tracker in Stackby. So this particular template is pretty simple, but it's very powerful if you're a product manager or a founder of a company who's tracking all the goals and features for their products, whether these are hardware products or software products. So in this case, we'll have two tables. One is the goals table and one is the features table. And these two tables will be linked together. So goal essentially will be all the different goals that you have for your product, right? So in this case, I've got different goals mentioned, like increasing monthly active users, improve onboarding, boosting conversions, enhancing customer satisfaction, and what are the features that are associated with each of these goals. So we are basically going to link it to the features tab. And let's say in improving onboarding, if I click on the plus sign, I'm going to talk about, let's say, a dashboard revamp, right? And that also goes into, the features tab. Now, within the features tab, you will see that those OKRs, those goals are linked together. Now, who's the owner of this? Whether it's a product team or a UX team or the growth team, the support team. What is the objective of this? Growing the active user base. What are the key results that you want to track? What are the KRs? Whether you want to reach a 10,000 MAU and 30% week on week returning users, and what is the target metric? Right? What deadline do we want to achieve it by, and what is the status of it? Now, once we have the goals tab set up, what we can do is then we can basically add an AI field where we can select the model, the AI model. You can bring your own API key, just add it to your account. In this case, so you just select your workspace, add your API key, and bring your API key from the Anthropic Cloud Console, since we're using the cloud models. So go to API keys, create your own API key, and just copy paste that key and add it here. Since we already added it, I'm going to skip that process and go back to our stack. Now, in this case, I am essentially giving the AI, a place where they can summarize the entire goal. So it gives me, very detailed summary of, what we are trying to achieve. So basically we can provide the summary of a goal given in the goals tab with the reference to the owner responsible and the status and the key result and the feature related to this goal, right? Now, once we click on save and generate, let's quickly look at this. So it automatically gives me, the summary, right, of that particular goal in the format which I want, right? What are the related initiatives? Are we on track? What is the goal? Who's responsible for it, right? So same way we can generate for all the, it automatically gives me for onboarding as well, right? So now once we have, the goal set up, I can also create a separate view where I want to look at it, team wise, what those goals are. So I've just grouped it, as an owner. Now, if I go to the features tab, here's where all my features are, right? All the different features that we have, the description of those features, what is the priority, complexity, what is the status of it, who's the owner. It automatically comes as a lookup from the goals tab. What is the start date, target release date, any notes for that, which launch OKR or goal it's linked to. And if I want to basically also look at, the feature summary, and I want to bring in, the feature summary of all the key points, based on the launch OKR that we have. So now in this case, I can also link it to my AI field. So I just select my model, bring my API, and here I've added like the provide a summary of the feature name with reference to description and OKRs in account, and taking into account the complexity and the priority of the task, right? Now, based on that, it gives me an AI summary, right, of that particular feature. So just click on generate. Yeah. So it automatically brings in the right information and pulls in the AI summary as well. Now, if I want to bring in the promotional content based on the AI summary, it automatically also creates the promotional content, right? So basically what we can ask AI to do is to draft some promotional content based on the features, referring to the description in the target release. And you can also suggest some social media posts and tweets based on that. So it generates promotional content as well with social media posts and so on with regards to the features that you have. So click on generate, automatically puts in the promotional content as well. So this is how you can basically embed, the AI fields in your product launch tracker. Now, if I want to also view this data and manage it within my team, collaboratively, I can see things in a pipeline view like this, or see things in a calendar, right? Based on the feature calendar, see things in a timeline view. So I can see my week on week or my month on month timeline in terms of the features that I want to look at. And this is color coded, based on, the status. So I can change it as well, right? Based on, how I want to look at it as my product timeline. I can even group this, based on status, right? So I can group things like this, and see things in a timeline. I can also see it easy to use list view. So I can see all my features like this in a list view grouped together. So this is how I can manage my entire product launch tracker. So now I can also collaborate with my team in real time by adding activities, custom activities to it, or adding comment and chatting with them, adding subtasks to individual features, or even setting up reminders for the launch. So once this is done, you can create your own custom dashboards as well. This could act as a launch dashboard for all the features that you have, how many features have been launched. You can add like a pie chart or a bar chart, based on the different statuses. You can see which ones are pending, which ones are done, right? And you can also see things in a pivot table as well. So you can click on add an app and just create your own custom dashboard with all the different apps that we have. So now once the reporting is sorted, and you have the database layer, completely sorted, you can then create an automation to basically send a weekly feature digest on all the completed features to your team. So what you can do is you can click on add an automation, click on a trigger where it's at a scheduled time. Every 7 days at a particular time, it finds a rows where the status is completed, in the features table, and it sends an email to the entire team, based on the weekly summary of the completed features, right? You can basically add your, customize your email that you want to send it out. You click on test step, you generate a preview, and you will see an email like this would go to your team every week at a particular time. So just toggle this on and set up your automation. So this is how you can basically manage your entire product launch tracker in Stackby with views, linking between tabs, reporting, AI fields, and workflow automation. So let us know what you think about this particular template. And if you want to see any modifications to this template, you can just download this template to your workspace and start customizing it according to your needs. Thanks.